Hey everyone, welcome back to an episode of Create with Linda. So today is Tuesday, guys, and I'm coming on. It's around 4:15 in the afternoon, and I'm just starting dinner. What I'm making tonight is a small shepherd's pie for me and Bill. Frankie's not crazy about it, so he's probably going to do something else. He has food here, or he's going to pick up something. He said he doesn't want shepherd's pie, and I just feel like shepherd's pie. And actually, I'm starting to, do the series now for using what we have. Not thinking, okay, what are we gonna, like we were thinking today, what do we want for dinner? And then I said, you know what, whatever we have in there is what we're gonna eat off of. A lot of times, you would say, oh, I feel like this tonight, I feel like that, and then you run to the store and you spend more money because you feel like something different. This is what I'm talking about with being on a tight budget and budgeting. I need to really be focused and be focused on using what we have and no cost meals, which of course it costs, but no cost meals at the time that you want it. You know what I mean? There are going to be times, and once in a blue moon, when you're going to have to stop at the store, pick something up. Maybe it didn't work out timing-wise, this, that, and the other thing. But if you plan ahead, you can really budget your food and stock and money and food money and all that. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm really trying to focus each day on doing that. Now, this meal that I'm making is definitely under $10. It's definitely an under $10 meal, and I usually make bigger meals, but if just me and Bill are eating it, I'm gonna make this size as opposed to the bigger one, which would be, I can't reach it, but the double one, okay, the one double the size. There's no reason to make that big of a size, because even making this size will have leftovers, because it's only Bill and I that eat it. Jenny would probably like this too, and she's going to be coming over tomorrow. So for the rest of the week and weekend, because of Thanksgiving and all that. So yeah. But anyway, this is what I'm going to make. I'm trying to really budget and do things better, so things last longer, and really be focused on the amount of money I'm spending on food and the amount of money that we're spending on food that we make. You know what I mean, guys? No waste. I mean, there's going to be once in a while, there's going to be some waste. Things happen, life happens. It's not a perfect science, but I'm just going to try my best and do what I can. And this meal, like I said, is probably about $6, because the chow meat that I have, first of all, I have chow meat that I have left over from the other day. So I'm going to use some of this, and I have this big thing that I bought yesterday. So I'm only going to take a little bit of it. So this was $18. So this is probably like 3 or 4 meals. It depends. It could be even more than that. So it's about $5-6 for this meal, because I'm going to use garlic, I'm going to use onions, which I already had in my pantry, and I'm going to use mixed vegetables that I had in my freezer already. Okay, this is like $1 at Walmart. This is like not even $1 for two of these onions. This I have, like I said, this was like $5, but I bought this for the house, so I'm only going to use a couple of garlic cloves, and seasonings, of course, that I already have in my arsenal, in my budget, in my stock and stuff. And I have leftover mashed potatoes from our Thanksgiving that we had Sunday. So I'm not sure what we're doing tomorrow yet, for Thursday yet. I have a lot of sides left over. I have string bean casserole. I have sweet potatoes. I have stuffing. We only have a little bit of turkey left, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do, if we're going to make a turkey breast, or I'm going to make either like a small lasagna or small baked ziti, or I was even thinking about making maybe chicken parmesan. I'm not sure. So I'm gonna make something to accompany all the stuff that we have, because we like I said, we already had a big turkey Sunday, a Sunday Thanksgiving, but my intentions were also Thursday to have a little Thanksgiving, of course, and Jenny wants it, and we all want it again. So I'm just not sure exactly what I'm gonna do yet. Tomorrow I'll decide. I'll let you guys know about that. But anyway, I have this mashed potatoes, so I don't even have to make mashed potatoes. I have mashed potatoes left over. So this is a real cheap, budget-friendly meal. All right, guys? So that's all you can do is work on every meal that you make it a budget meal, you know? And you splurge once a week or splurge once a month, whatever you want to do, whatever. But it's just really, it'll help you in every single way if you focus on, you know, what you're spending and what you're spending out of your arsenal that you have. Oh, I also have corn, because I'm opening up a can of corn because this has corn in it, but I like corn in my shepherd's pie. So I'm going to put an extra. I'm probably not going to even use this whole bag. I'm probably going to use half of this bag, and then I'm going to put like a half a can of corn in. So if this meal is $5, literally, if it's $5, that's even a lot. I don't even think it's that. All right, so let's get started. So I'm going to put onion. I'm going to cut up the garlic and onion first. Okay, so let's get the onions cut up. Now I'm putting 2 onions in. I could use 1, but my husband and I really like onion. So whenever I make something with onion, he always says to me, put extra onion in it. So now, instead of just using 1 onion, when I make these meals, I use 2 onions, either 2 small or a large and a small, or whatever. Because, like I said, we just like it. We love it. So we go through a lot of onions. I've been buying, I used to buy just 1, bag of onions at a time. Now I buy like 2, and I always have a couple of red onions in there. I always make it a practice to make sure that I have a lot of onions, because like I said, we cook with onions a lot, and we use a lot of onions. Onions are the base for delicious meals, guys. People that don't even like onion, don't even know that it's in your meals. You can mince onion. You could shred it with your shredder, so you just have like the juice of the onion. You don't really even have the pieces. People won't even know it's in there, but it flavors the meal unbelievable. It really does, just like garlic. You know, you can mince garlic. You can, there's just ways of doing it. And if you don't like fresh garlic and fresh onion, you can use onion powder. You can use onion, like I have this chopped onion that I use. I made Billy the other day, this onion's strong. I made Billy a little turkey salad yesterday for him to take to work. I used to use the turkey, and I made a little turkey salad. Well, I didn't want to put fresh onions in it, so I had this minced onion, which you guys know, I'm sure, a minced onion. So I put minced onion in it. He said it was so good. He loved it. So if you don't like onion, real onion, you could put a little bit of this in, even just for a little flavor, or just onion powder, so you don't have the little pieces of onion. If you don't like that texture or whatever, just put a little onion, a little garlic powder. You don't have to put a lot, guys, to get seasoning in there. Just a little bit of salt and pepper, and I'm telling you, it makes a world of difference in your food. It really does. So you don't even realize it. So now I'm gonna dice these, because this is shepherd's pie, so everything is going to be pretty small. So I don't really, Linda, making a mess like you do. I want them to be fairly small. And maybe I should show you guys, because that's, that would be the good thing to do. Ooh, this is a strong onion, boy. Sometimes, you cut up the onions and they don't even bother you. This one, oh. And then sometimes the minute you open them up, it's a strong onion. It's a strong onion. And this one is strong on. My eyes are on fire. That's how you know you're living, guys. You're living. You're living if your eyes are on fire. And your eyes are watering. And your nose is running from onions. So I'm just like, I want to get this diced. So just kind of like, you know it's a strong onion too when you taste the onion in your mouth. Like I taste it. It's hitting me so the oils are hitting me so much that I can taste it in my mouth. Odd. So I'm just dicing this up. I'm gonna put the stove on in the pan in 1 second. Linda. Oh, Lordy, Lordy, Lulu. So, I went to the doctor today. I had to go to the endocrinologist, which is, if you don't know, is the sugar doctor. The doctor who takes care of my diabetes. And, because I had an appointment yesterday, but Jenny had an issue with her leg, and so I had to cancel it. If you guys watched my video yesterday, I talked about it yesterday. Anyway, she's fine. She went to the doctor today, and everything's good. They said it was just a spasm that she had. She has these, with her disability, her left leg gets these spasms. It like tightens up, and it's like a Charlie horse almost, and it really is very painful. So they just, checked her out and made sure that everything was okay and everything was fine. And she's just got to take Tylenol and put some hot compresses on it when it happens again or whatever. So yeah. So she's fine, but anyway, I had to reschedule my appointment, and they had an opening today, so I went there today because I had my blood work done, and I had to it was my 3-month checkup and everything, and so my A1C didn't really change much. It stayed kind of the same. It didn't go down, but it also it stayed the same. So that wasn't it was okay. It was a good thing. But it didn't go down, and which is odd because of, I lost 135 pounds with the gastric sleeve and all that. But guys, honestly, I haven't been eating that great. I told you guys, I've been, making stuff for the holidays, and it's, in the mouth and the taste in it and everything else. And, so my sugars are a little higher than normal, but I'm on the right track. Everything with all my blood work, my cholesterol, my liver function, my kidney function, all of that is really, really good. And the only thing that wasn't great was my vitamin D level, which 3 months ago it wasn't good either. I was on vitamin D, and then I went off of it. I was done with it, so I didn't renew it or whatever, and I haven't gotten it again. So she got me that again. So I have to pick up that and take vitamin D again. It's very, very low. I think it was like a 17. It's supposed to be like in the, I don't know, high hundreds or something. So it's really, really not good. And vitamin D is important. You have to, vitamin D affects a lot of your organs and a lot of your strength, your energy and all that, and that level. And, it's the sun. You don't get any sun, and that gives you all that kind of stuff. So vitamin D is important, so I have to get that. But other than that, I'm just gonna just keep doing what I'm doing. She lowered one of the, I take one shot a night when I remember to take it, and so she lowered that a little bit because I was getting low numbers in the mornings, which is not good. It was under 100, 90, 80, and you feel like crap, and it's like you feel sick. It's bad. So anyway, she lowered that dosage, and that's the only insulin pill until I'm on. I'm on also Monjaro, which is a weight loss injection, but that's not insulin or anything like that. So I was on loads of insulin before I had the surgery, before I lost all the weight. Insulin, guys. I was so sick. I didn't even know how sick I was. But, so I'm doing amazing. I'm really doing amazing. I gained a couple of pounds because like I said, I gained a little couple of pounds back because I've been eating a little bit more, and also I was on and off my shot and the Manjaro because they if sometimes you can't get it at the pharmacy, so I missed it and everything else. So there's a lot of factors why my A1C was a little bit higher, was still high. But so I just have to, be a little bit more careful. But everything in moderation. I'm watching what I'm doing. I'm gonna start going to the gym. Me and Billy are gonna get a little gym membership, and so that's gonna help out. But now I'm just focusing on really budgeting and taking care of the household and getting caught up on bills and and rent and all that stuff that was kind of was hard to do with Billy being laid off, catapulting, and then the wedding and the shower and just stuff all coming together. And now we're just working on getting back on track with everything. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm just telling you guys. But anyway, so it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad thing. I was glad. The only thing too, though, she said, well, every time I go to the endocrinologist, my blood pressure is very high when they take it, and I think it's just because of nerves. Because about a month ago when I had COVID, and I went to the urgent care, they took my blood pressure and it was perfect. So I don't know why, but when I go to the sugar doctor, to the diabetes doctor, my blood pressure spikes, and I don't understand it. Anyway, I'm on blood pressure medicine, so usually goes down. Like they'll take it in the beginning, and then they'll take it at the end. Which today they didn't do that. They forgot or whatever. I forgot. But anyway, it usually goes down. So I'm not worried about it. I feel okay, and all of that. So so everything is good. Everything is good. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, watching myself, and limiting myself as much as I can, and also enjoying the holidays and all of that. So don't judge me. That's what I'm doing, guys. I had a lady on here judge me. Again, I'm not talking about the judging right now. We're done with that. And thank you all so much for responding yesterday to my question about how you guys feel if I address, negative comments and all that. And I really, really appreciate it, that guys. I really appreciate your input. It really does help me, and I appreciate it. It really does. And I came to the senses that it's really okay to voice your issues, or to voice your the complaints or the complaints. I mean, the judgments. If you want to talk about it, talk about it. If you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to talk about it. It's whatever you want to do, whatever you feel comfortable with, and that's fine. So anyway, this is heating up. Let's get moving. I'm going to put some olive oil in the pan. Okay. This is a very simple and quick meal. It really is. Let's put the onion in. And like I said, that's a nice amount of onion, but we like onion. I'm not going to say sorry for it. I'm not going to apologize for it. Let's cut some garlic up. It's a hard thing because I feel bad because my son, the majority of the meals that I make that we all like, of course, but once in a while there's a meal that my husband and I like that he doesn't like. Frankie doesn't like meatloaf. Frankie doesn't like pork as much as we do, or whatever. There are certain things, a few things that he doesn't like. So when I want to make them, he makes other arrangements. He has his own. He buys his own food. Some of his own stuff anyway. Frozen meals, this, that, and the other thing. And sometimes he just likes to get something out. Once in his blue moon. So it's all okay. So I don't feel so guilty. Because I feel bad. I mean, I know he's 31 years old. He lives at home, pays his way, all that other stuff, but I still feel bad, so I don't feel as guilty when he says to me, Mom, it's okay, I'm not going to have that, I'll have something else, I have something in the freezer, or whatever. Or I even offered to him, I said, I have a couple of boneless pork chops, because he will eat boneless pork chops. I said, I have that, or I can make you a hamburger, cheeseburger. And he hasn't answered me back. If he wants that, I'll be happy to do that for him. Or he'll just do whatever he wants to do. So yeah, there's a lot of guilt in parenting, even when your kids are adults, which all mine are adults. You know the way it is. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for your input and your help with questions that I had. It really does mean a lot to me, and it really does help me. It really does. All right, so let's put the garlic in. We got garlic, we got onions, and this is plenty. This is like 3 cloves of garlic, I think it was. I'm gonna put a little bit more olive oil in there because I can see it definitely needs it. You don't need a lot because once I put the meat in, the meat's gonna create, oil and fat. It's 80-20, so there will be fat in the meat. Okay, put the garlic in. Garlic, garlic, garlic. Smell that garlic, guys. Smell it. All right, guys. So, this is dill. I took out dill by accident. I wanted to get my parsley, and I took out dill. So I made pickles the other day for Jen. I made pickles for Jenny and for Julie's friends at work. There's one girl at work. Julie's a hairdresser, and a couple of her friends there. One's pregnant and was craving biscuits. When she heard I made biscuits, so I made her some biscuits. And I also made her some pickles, and another girl there pickles. I just make them for everybody and give them to people. I just love doing it. I love making pickles. Yeah, it's a little bit of an expense for me, but it's not really that much money. And I eventually would like to sell my pickles if I could, but I don't know. It's weird because I give them away, I give them to people because I enjoy making them and all of that. So what am I going to say? Oh, I have pickles now. They're $5 a thing. I can't do that to people. And so it's like it's a hard thing to do, It's a hard thing to figure out. But anyway, yeah. So I had Julie pick me up dill because I ran out of dill. When you make pickles, you need fresh dill. I have made them with dry dill, and it does not. It's not the same whatsoever. It's not the same. So when you make, and I make 24-hour pickles, guys. I've showed you guys how I make them. I haven't did them in a while on the channel. I think what I'll do is I'll do a video because some of you guys who are new haven't seen me make pickles. I mean, you could go look. You could go look at my video. I would say, I'll link the video down below, but I'm really not good at that. I know how to do it, but sometimes I forget how to do it, and it just frustrates me, so a lot of times I don't do it. But if you really can't find the video and you want it, I will search and I will figure it out. Not that technical savvy, guys. Not that technical savvy. All right, so this is getting a little crispy. I don't want that to happen, so it's done now. And I put a little, like I said, I put a little parsley in, fresh parsley. If I have it, I use it. So I make sure this is good. Yeah, okay. And it's still pink inside. You can see it. So I'm gonna put that in. I'm probably gonna put like a pound of chopped meat in. Like I said, it's only us eating it. Yeah, that's plenty. Right there is where it's at. Yeah, that's funny. So, I hope you guys are gonna have a great Thanksgiving on Thursday. Spend it with family and friends, and And guys, if you're alone on Thanksgiving, call a friend, call a neighbor, stop by somebody's house. I don't know. Call your family, do a FaceTime. I hate for anybody to be alone. But remember, you're not alone. There's people all around you. You just have to reach out, guys. Please reach out. Reach out to people. Alright, so this is pretty much chopped up, Get all that stuff off of there. You gotta utilize it all, guys. You can't let anything go to waste. Not today, in today's economy. What used to cost $100 at, just for instance, Aldi's, like 3-4 years ago when I used to go to Aldi's, even before the pandemic, what I would buy for, what I would get for $100, now you get for $200. It's doubled. It's doubled and tripled. It really has. It really has. But Aldi, as a matter of fact, has gone back down to their pretty low prices. I was telling you guys on my haul, check out Aldi again. If you have an Aldi by you, check it out, because a lot of the prices have come down again. The cans are 49 cents, like the canned vegetables, and there's a lot of good deals they're having over there again. For a while there, Walmart was cheaper than Aldi, which Aldi was always cheaper than Walmart. But for a while there, Walmart, I was finding I was pricing stuff from Aldi and stuff from Walmart, and I was finding that Walmart was cheaper than Aldi, which I could never even believe. But now it's the opposite. Now Walmart is higher than Aldi. So Aldi's going to be my go-to. I still go to Walmart because even regardless, Walmart's a little bit more than Aldi. You can't get everything that you need at Aldi that you need from Walmart. So in the long run, it's definitely cheaper than going to like ShopRite, Stop and Shop, like your Publix, your Kroger, your Myers, like those type of stores. It's still cheap. What? My video. I'm talking to my friends. Hubby was napping and he woke up and he said, "Who are you talking to?" I said, "I'm talking to my friends. My YouTube friends." I consider you all my friends, guys. And my family, really. I love all of you. I don't even know you, but I love you. Speaking of people that I love, listen. Go and check out Cooking with Neighbors. Jerry Ellen, she's amazing, guys. She bakes. She's baking all these amazing things for the holidays and just pie after pie. And she's amazing, guys. She's so funny. She's really fun. Go check her out. Jerry Ellen from Cooking with Neighbors. Also go check out Shorty Vaughn from Crazy But Not Dangerous. She's fairly new, but she's trying to build her channel up. Go check her out. And also go check out Rhonda's Country Kitchen. Love her. She's this country lady who just makes all these delicious biscuits and rolls and just yummy, 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 yummy stuff. Go check her out too. All right, guys. Jerry Ellen is my bestie my bestie that I met here on YouTube. We become best friends. We have never met in person, but we are like sisters. We just click, and it's amazing. And she's just an amazing person. So go check her out. All right, so I'm gonna drain some of the grease out of this. Not a lot, because I'm gonna leave some of it in because it's flavor. But I have to take some out because there is a lot, and I don't want all that grease in there. But there's going to be enough grease in there, even for the little that I leave, to flavor. That's like when you make when you make taco mix, like when you make tacos. A lot of people take out all the grease, and I used to do that too. Then I read somewhere, I don't know where I read it, but somebody said, leave most of your fat in there because that's what flavors it, and then just use a slotted spoon. So that's what I do now. My kids were always like, Mom, why is it so juicy? Because that's what you do. That's what keeps it moist. That's what keeps it moist. Yeah. So there you go. Just a little tip. All right. So I'm gonna put in, because this is not gonna cook long in here. I don't want the chopped meat getting all dried out and everything. I just want it. So I'm gonna put half. Yeah, about half. Oh my God, Linda, really? I swear if I'm not making a mess, guys, what am I doing? What am I doing? All right, let me open up this can of corn. Yeah, that's plenty. So I'm lowering the flame because, like I said, I don't want it to, what am I going to save that for? For what? For what? I mean, no, it's ridiculous. That's fine. So this has the corn in it, the peas, the little carrots, and the string beans. But like I said, this is not enough corn for me. So let me get my thingy, my can opener. So guys, you know, this chopped meat that I bought, I'll show you. I don't know if it was a sale. Yeah, it was actually on sale. It was, this chopped meat I got was $3.99 a pound. But I've gotten it for $3.79 a pound, so $3.99 a pound is okay. It's not the greatest price, but it's cheaper than $4.79 a pound or $5 a pound. So this chopped meat here, like I said, is it's 4.5 pounds, a little over 4.5 pounds. So that's a lot of chopped meat. That's going to get me at least, this is one meal, which will be leftover too. So let's see, I would say this will get us like 4 or 5 meals, literally, and leftovers. So it's a good buy, and that's why you have to look at stuff and you have to budget and buy the stuff that's on sale, and that's a really good price that you can get the most you could get out of it. You know, if you want to make meals ahead, you can put in Ziploc bags and separate it for each meal. You can do that, or you can just do it as weekly as you go along, budget that way. I'm going to make a list. I'm going to write out a list of budget ideas and stuff to give you guys, just to give you a little hint, just a little help. Everybody, I know I welcome the help. I welcome suggestions from people, and that's how I get my ideas and I get my situation in order. Everybody helps everybody a little bit here and there, and that's what life's about. Being kind and being there. That's all. Just being kind, guys. Okay, so salt, pepper, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put, to give this a little bit more flavor, I'm going to put some chicken bouillon in here, and then I'm going to add a little bit of water. So this way it gets it a little bit moist. All right. So I don't know. You see what I do? There. I mean, really, what's the sense of that? So the meat's nice and tender, and that's how I want it to stay. This is going to cook in the oven for about 15 minutes. That's it. So I don't want to overcook it, okay? Because you don't want hard. There's nothing worse than chewing a piece of hard chopped meat. Nothing worse. Okay, so where is my? Oh, here it is. Bouillon. So this is chicken bouillon, and I'm not going to really measure. I'm just probably going to put probably like 2 tablespoons. So when you use the bouillon, just watch your salt level. Don't go crazy with salt. and taste it if you want. This way you don't over salt it, because you know you can over salt it. So I'm just going to put a little bit of water in. Start with a little bit because I don't want it to be soupy, because it's going to be, you know, it's going to bake in the oven, and I don't want it to be like, you know, soupy. That's the word. But you do need a little bit. Did I shut it? I'm going to put it up just a little bit more, just so it sizzles a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit more water. And then if I have to, I could drain some water out. But I don't think I'll have to. So good. I'm going to put garlic powder and onion powder in it. I didn't put those seasonings in yet. So here's garlic, right? Garlic, yeah. Garlic. Put what you like, guys. If you don't like garlic, if you only like a little, put a little. If you only like a lot, if you like a lot, put a lot. If you only want to drop, but I don't know. It's up to you. This is your meal. You do it. This is a concept that I do. You go the way you put as much as you like for your family and your family likes. If your family can't have salt, omit the salt. Use, you know, Mrs. Dash, or you know, there's all kinds of ways that you can do stuff like that. That you can eliminate stuff like that. And I know it's weird, but I smell my food. One lady said to me, oh, she that I grossed her out because I was smelling I was handling my meat mixture, and because I was making stuffed peppers. Well, if you make meatloaf or meatballs, people, or stuffed peppers, you have to handle the meat. So this lady, I don't know what she was thinking, but she said it grossed her out that I was handling the meat and how I was smelling my food. I smell my food because, to me, I'm Italian, whatever. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but when I smell my food to see about the seasonings. If I don't smell seasonings, then to me, I feel like it needs more seasoning. So that's what, you know, that's what I do. But anyway, I said to her, well, if it offends you that I play with my meat, or I'm making up you know, meatballs or stuffed peppers or whatever, I'm very sorry. I'm not going to apologize for that, but, well, I did say I'm sorry, but not sorry because I'm sorry. I'm just saying I feel bad because whatever. I'm just saying, guys, I'm going on a rant right now, but I was like, there are other channels to watch. You know, they really are, and I don't want anybody to be unhappy. So if you're not happy with me handling my meat to make a recipe, then I don't know what to say. I love you, but move on. That's all, guys. Let's just be kind and make good choices, okay? Let's just do that. Thanks. All right, so I'm adding some grated cheese because I like the accompany. I'm not going to go crazy because I want to taste it. Got to make sure that it's not too, I don't think it's going to all fit in this freaking pan that I got. It's going to be, I'm not going to be able to use this whole mixture. But I didn't want to make an overly big amount, so let's just see what happens. All right, so let's taste it because everything in here is basically cooked. Let's taste it. Do a taste test. I think I might have to choose another pan. It's hot. Oh, it's so good. That's delicious. Really, really good. Huh? You know? How do you know? All right, let's put the oven on. Bake. I'm gonna do 385 because this oven, it just cooks slower. It cooks lower, like on a. It's a lower cooking oven. That's all I have to say. Now, guys, what I'm gonna do? Shoo. Let me think about what pan, because I don't know if this pan is gonna be feasible. I think this pan is a little bit too small. a lot of my pans and stuff are my my little casserole dishes are in the refrigerator downstairs with Thanksgiving stuff in it, with all the sides from Thanksgiving. So that's the problem. I have another pan up here. I just think it's a little bit too big, but I think it's going to be sufficient. It makes me nervous because I feel like it's bigger than I need, but because I'm like at the point where I want to make smaller meals, but I can only fit what I can fit in here. So I just have to relax a little bit. I can't do it. I can't make miracles happen. You know what I mean? So there is a lot of juice in here, which I really don't want to. I want it to be nice and juicy and moist, but I don't want it to be overly juicy. I'm gonna get to I gotta get the shredded the block cheese, because I'm gonna put some shredded cheese in with the mixture, and then I'll put that on top of the mashed potatoes as well. But I'll be back in a sec. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. All right, guys. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna butter this pan, because I don't know. I've told you guys, and I don't know if if you didn't hear, but I have cooking spray, which I've decided I'm not using anymore. I do have a bottle in there that I have to use up, and I'm going to use that for my baking when I bake my cookies and stuff, and just use up what I have because I already spent money on it. But all of a sudden, I just feel like it's very chemical, and I just can't use it. But people have suggested to me, and thank you guys, to get avocado oil. It's complete. It's not... there's no chemicals or anything in that, so I'm going to do that. Next time I do my regular food shopping, I'm going to do that. Because I just can't use that spray anymore. I mean, like I said, I will use it just because I need to budget, and I will use it up because, I've been using it forever, so one little other heart isn't going to hurt me, I guess, but, you know what I mean? So, anyway, so I use butter, and right now or olive oil or whatever, to grease my stuff, my situation. All right, now, here's my cheese grater. I have to grate some cheese. Guys, I got this on Amazon. This is a cheese grater. It's amazing. It's a game changer. Go get yourself one. I think it was like $17, $18. I'm not even kidding. It comes with two other things. Comes with a stopper, but I lost it. Can't find it anywhere. It's got to be somewhere. I hope it's not in the landfill somewhere in the garbage. I might have threw it out. Who knows, on a crazy day. Anyway, game changer, guys. When you have a lot of cheese to shred, or even one block, amazing. Watch this. If you haven't seen it yet, watch it. Watch it. Oh, of course, it's not going to work. The point you have to do is, one of the things you have to do, you have to make sure that everything, the area that it's being kind of suctions, the area that it's going on, it has to be clean and dry, and this has to be clean. It suctions on. There we go. Put that in there like that. And this is what okay. Now, so what I'm going to do is, it did soak up a lot of the oil, a lot of the water, and I'm going to keep the water in here because I just think that it's better. It keeps it nice and moist. So yeah. Oh my goodness, guys. Oh shoot. I put the oven on and I have stuff in the oven. I hate when I do that. Lord in heaven. All right, we'll get that out of there. I have a pan in there actually soaking from Sunday that I had the yams in. You know, when you make the candied yams, and it just, all that marshmallow gets stuck. Yeah, that's still in there. All right. All right, so we got that. Let's get this stuff out of there. It's gonna be a little dangerous. Be right back. All right, guys, I took care of that. It was no big deal. Yeah, so this looks so freaking delicious. Where's the spoon? Hello, spoon. Oh, hello. Where's the freak? Oh, it's in there. All right, we'll have to get another one. The spoon is not cooperating. Okay. You see that juice there? That's okay. That's all flavor, and that is going to be amazing. Woo! Okay, so what I'm going to do... Sorry, guys. I get a little excited. I'm going to cut this. And instead of using the cutting board, I'm going to move this over here. I'm going to put this piece in right here and mix it in with it, and then this part here I'll put at the end right before it's done. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to put that on now because I don't want the cheese to get all kind of hard and stuff. Now, like I said, I don't have my safety thing, so I push it down until I can't push it anymore, and then I improvise. Just be careful, because this is what happened to me the other day. It was so funny. So I was shredding cheese up, and I used one of my rubber utensils in there, in my thing. And as I'm putting the cheese on the plate, like out of this thing, and I'm looking, I'm like, what are these little red specks in here? Like these little red things. What the hell is that? Well, what I didn't realize was that, and I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, I think I'm pretty smart. I hope, anyway. I was thinking, but I used the handle to this rubber spatula thingy, and in fact, it's this one. And I used the handle, and and by accident, I got it shredded. I shredded a little bit. Well, the pieces that I had in there were big enough that I could see and take out. There was no little particles, you know. So I was able to, there was only a small handful, and I was able to get them out. So I didn't have to waste the cheese, but I was like, hello? I'm like, what is this red stuff in here? So note to self, guys, be careful that you don't shred up your stuff. All right, so that's it. So we're going to put the mashed potatoes on now. The mashed potatoes are a little bit, oh, they're really, really stiff. I don't think that's not going to work. I guess I have to heat them up. Let me heat them up on the stove. Let me heat them up on the stove a little bit. Maybe add a little bit of milk to it to get it a little loose, because they're way too thick to put onto the shepherd's pie. All right, so let's do that. Let's put it on, and we'll add some milk to it. These are homemade mashed potatoes from Thanksgiving. Yeah. All right, so let me get some milk. Just to loosen them up a little bit. I don't want them watery, you know what I mean? Let them heat up. I probably could have put them in the microwave. We'll see how this goes, guys. Oh yeah, this will soften up. This is going to be a perfect amount, I think, for that casserole. And I'll put a little butter in it. Yeah, this will soften up. Awesome. All right, let's put some more butter. We'll just put some butter in it. And I'll let this cook like about 10 minutes. And then as long as the mashed potatoes, once the mashed potatoes get hot, then I will put the cheese on top of the mashed potatoes. That'll probably take like 10-15 minutes. So get this softened up a little bit. This way it's spreadable, you know what I mean? It's spreadable. There's nothing like homemade mashed potatoes. I mean, we use instant a lot during the week and stuff. Like I always tell you guys, my mom, we grew up on Hungry Jacks. She used to buy a big box of Hungry Jacks, mashed potatoes, and we loved having that. She used to make it with meatloaf and just really, really amazing. But anyway, I buy the Aldi brand or the Great Value brand, the ShopRite brand, whatever store. I usually buy the store brand unless the regular brand is on sale. I will buy the store brand. It's garlic mashed potatoes. I'll show you. It is so amazing, guys. They're so delicious of the instant mashed potatoes. So yeah. But when I do make real on Thanksgiving or once in a blue moon, whatever, there's nothing like real potatoes. You know, you notice it. You're like, oh my God, there's nothing like these real potatoes. It really is a difference. All right, so this is nice and this is soft enough where I can spread it in there, I hope. All right, so let's turn these around so I can show you guys. And you guys are on and all that because I have to check periodically because sometimes what happens is I shut you off or I never hit the play button and then I realize I missed half the video and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. So this looks yummy. Okay. All right. Oh, is that hot? Is that hot? No. Yummy. Guys, this pot, I love this pot. I have a few of these pots. This one I have hardly used. It's like a year or two old, but I hardly have used it. And it's just amazing. It's amazing. I got them from TJ Maxx. They have this brand at TJ Maxx. I don't know if they have it anywhere else, but they're amazing pots. They're non-stick, and I have the big frying pan. I have I think that's it. Do I have the big? Oh, and I have the big pot. I have the big pot, like soup pot. It's really, really huge. But this one I love. I hardly use it. Like I said, I've been using it more often lately. I love it. Love it. All right, so let's spread this out. See, guys? Now I'm able to spread it. So good. Oh my God, it's so good. Yeah, that other pan wouldn't. That other casserole dish wouldn't have cut it. Unless I just put half of the mixture in. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have been able to put the whole thing in. And what am I going to do? I didn't make that much shot meat. I mean, I really didn't. But I don't know. It is what it is. It'll be eaten. This looks so freaking good. All right. Let's put this in the oven. Let's put it on we'll put it on for 25 minutes. Alexa, set the timer for 25 minutes. Alexa, set the timer for 25 minutes.
25 minutes, starting now.
God, Alexa. Get with the program. Alexa's slacking a little bit, guys.
I'm having trouble hearing.
Oh, Alexa,
Can you
stop.
say that again?
Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. Alexa, are you cranky? Alexa, are you cranky? I guess she is. Alexa, are you having a bad day?
As far as I can tell, I'm working. If you're experiencing trouble, please give feedback through the Alexa app.
Whatever, Alexa. Alexa's not in the mood. All right, guys. Sorry. I had to taste it. All right, so let me get straightened up here and stuff. And so all I have to do is wait for this to be done and then put the cheese on top of it. I gotta shred the rest of the cheese. And then it's gonna be so freaking delicious. I'm so excited. I might make a little tomato salad, cucumber salad with it on the side. Sometimes I just like something fresh, you know, I want something fresh, but not necessarily a salad, but I have lettuce in there and I really have to use it up. So maybe I'll make a little bit of salad, I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, let me do some cleaning up and I'll be back with you. Oh, and I gotta get my quote, peace quote. I'm so excited. This is the 30-day peace quote time, guys. I started yesterday. I hope you watched my video. Go check my video out. Go check out the peace quote. It's a really, really good peace quote. And yeah, and then I'm gonna do another one today. So I'll be back with that. Guys, it's smelling so good in here. Ugh, so good. So, like I said, I crave a little bit something, a little salty and just fresh. So I'm gonna cut up a little tomato and a little cucumber, not a lot. And it's only me that's gonna eat it. So I'm just making it for myself. Just sharpening this knife for the tomatoes and the cucumber. And let me get the parsley back out. I put the parsley away. This is the freaking dill. Just had the parsley. Where is it? Here it is. Yay, hooray. Yay, hooray. Go check out Shorty One. Okay. I bought these little tomatoes on the vine. I don't know where I bought them. I think I might have bought them at a Price Chopper here in the East Coast, New York. If you don't know, guys, I live in upstate New York, about an hour and 10 minutes away from New York City. We're in the suburbs. But yeah, I bought these in, I think Price Chopper, which is a store that we have up here in New York. Alright, so I want to cut these fairly small. I'm just cutting quartering these, the bigger ones. These are ones that I had, different ones. But these are not, these are delicious. These, I don't know what, they're amazing. So sweet and almost like I took them off my garden. So delicious. Which I miss. I miss my garden, guys. Can't wait for the summer and spring again. But I do have one of those Euro inside gardens, but I'm not going to do tomatoes because tomatoes take over it. I made the tomatoes, I grew tomatoes and it just took over the whole thing and it took out parsley and all that. So after the holidays, I'm going to have, my son got it for me for Christmas one year, but I'm going to have my son and my husband help me figure out how to put it together again because I want to do basil and parsley. That's what I want to do. I don't want to do tomatoes. I don't want to do any other things but herbs. Oh, and dill. I'd like to do dill, tomato, dill, parsley, and basil. That's what I'd like to do. Because I use a lot of dill with my pickles. So I'm just going to put a little bit of cucumber in. I'm not going to go overboard. I'm just not. Because I tend to do that. So what I'm going to do is I really want everything just in small pieces. So that's what I'm doing. Guys, game changer. I know they're more money. But once you have an English cucumber, you can't go back to the other cucumbers. You just can't. I mean, I'm just here to tell you that. I cannot eat those other cucumbers. These cucumbers are a game changer. You literally can smell it in the other room. They're fresh. They're delicious. They are sometimes a little bit, they're more money, Sometimes you get them on a sale. You can get them at Sam's Club, like for $3.99 or something like that for 3 of them. That's really good prices. But sometimes at the food store, regular food stores, you can get them for like $1 each or whatever. I don't know, and they have them on sale sometimes 2 for $3 or something like that. I don't care if I had to pay $4 for one of them. I would just buy one, but I would not buy these. They're amazing for pickles, for just salads. They last as long as you wrap it up, put it back in the fridge. But once they go bad, they're disgusting. Like literally, they don't even taste. They're not great. They're not great at all. So anyway, don't let them go bad. But they're amazing. They really are amazing. So yeah, okay. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. Like literally, I can sit here and smell it right now. I can smell it. I'm gonna put a little bit more because I want to. And they love salt. They love salt. So good. So yummy. I just slice them up sometimes and just eat them with some salt. So good. And this right here is a little fresh salad. And there we go. I'm going to put some Italian seasoning in there. I'm going to put some fresh parsley. Italian seasoning. I'm also going to put basil in. I keep forgetting to get thyme. I've been to the store 40,000 times, and I keep forgetting to get thyme. Basil. I don't think there's anything in here. Hello? Yeah, no, it's empty. That's right. I have basil in the other room. In here, I think, in some garlic powder. And I'm going to put some lemon pepper in. I like the lemon pepper. Lemon pepper. I'm also gonna put a squeeze of lemon, and I'm gonna put a little bit of balsamic vinegar. I like lemon too. Sometimes I just eat lemon. I just have lemon in my cucumber and tomato salad. The pit. Sometimes lemon is just really nice. It's nice and fresh. Oh, so good. A little olive oil. Delicious. One second, guys. This is so good. This is just really hits the spot. Oh, let me put some fresh parsley in, a little bit even better. Love it. I think I'm going to just cut another lemon and put a little bit more lemon in it. I really do. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to go and get my quote and do my quote. Okay, guys? So good. And you know what else? Can I tell you what else is really, really good? And I'll show you. Let me go get it. Let me go get it. All right, guys. I discovered this. This stuff is amazing. Basil. When I buy fresh basil, it always goes bad. No matter what I do, it's the bad the next day, and it's a waste of money. And unless you're gonna just use it that day, all of it, or I buy like the little plastic containers that they sell for like 99 cents. If I'm going to use the whole thing, it definitely just does not last in the refrigerator. So, but I discovered this basil paste. It is amazing. A little bit goes a long way. You put it in your pasta dishes, like in place of like fresh basil or whatever. Guys, it's amazing. I think they have parsley, and they have some other ones. They have ginger, which I have that one, and I don't know if they have garlic, but let me tell you something, the smell of this, you have no idea, the smell of it, and all you need is a little bit. Is this open? Because I have one that was closed. This isn't open. Like, no wonder why I don't smell it. Woo. But oh yeah, it's very potent, so you don't you don't need a lot. Okay. You don't need a lot. Kind of looks like poop. But it's so good. And it makes such a difference in your dishes. I'm not even kidding. But like I said, it is strong, so just use a little bit. You know, use a little and then see how you feel about it. If you want more, put more in. It's so good. All right, that shepherd's pie is just about done. I'm going to shred the cheese. Oh, Jesus. And then, oh, God, really. And then I'm going to put it on top of the potatoes. God, this lemon is tough. There we go. Let's clean this up a little bit. So this is going to be amazing. And I like this because it's just a little bit fresh. Something fresh, you know, with all that stuff that I'm going to be eating. Oh my God. So good. Game changer. All right, guys, let's put the cheese on it now. Don't be smart.
What?
Don't be smart.
I told you a million times.
What
Not
you?
smart.
Must you make so much noise? So
What
there
you-
we go,
Do
guys.
so many dishes?
Listen, you want to eat?
God, what's all these dishes I'm doing?
I don't have to cook.
I don't have to clean.
Okay, so don't. If I don't cook, you don't have to clean. Okay.
Well, I need every night.
You'll go out and eat?
Yeah.
What are you going to eat?
I don't know. Potato chips?
Burger King?
I don't like Burger King. Potato chips?
Potato chips. And chocolate? That's his go-to. Potato chips and chocolate.
There's something else right now, but I'll keep my mouth shut.
What?
I'm going to keep my mouth shut right now.
Okay, good. That would be best.
Huh?
That would be best.
Yeah.
What do you think? Is that enough cheese? Yeah, that's enough, right?
I have no idea. All I do is eat. I'm not the chef of the house.
All right, guys.
I don't want to put you out of work.
This will be 5 minutes and it'll be done. And then we're going to eat. Yay, hooray! Yay, hooray! Yay, hooray! All right, guys. So here is my plate. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. It looks amazing. Here is my tomato and cucumber salad. So, so good. I'm going to turn these around to taste it quick for you. And then I'm going to come back after I eat and do the peace quote. All right, guys. Let me just taste this. Let's do a thumbnail. stupid. Let's
There's the only
taste
thing
it.
I like peas in.
The only thing you like peas in? Well, you like peas then. If you like it in this, then you like peas.
I'm not a pea person.
Yeah, I am. Guys. Comfort meal at its best. Make it for your family.
That's string beans too?
It's really a budget meal, like I said. This meal was $5. No.
Inflation, $8.
No, it was $5. We have leftovers for another dinner and another and lunch. It made a lot.
And this will be eaten next couple of days.
We will eat it. We love it. All right, guys, I'll be back with my peace quote in a minute. All right, guys, so here is my peace quote, and this is, again, out of the peace book. I've chosen to do the peace book. I think I'm going to do the peace book a lot because it really resonates with me. Do not let the behavior of others destroy your inner peace. Again, do not let the behavior of others destroy your inner peace. Okay? And I don't know why, but I feel like doing it 3 times. Do not let the behavior of others destroy your inner peace. Now, that means a lot because you can, when somebody says something to you and it hurts to the core, it destroys your inner peace, and it makes you question who you think you are and how you feel about yourself and all of that. So you have to just kind of sit back and think, okay, somebody said this mean thing to me. What is it about them that they have to be so mean? Because even if you think something bad about somebody, you don't have to say it. You don't have to act on it. Because that literally hurts somebody to the core. It's like sticking a knife in and turning it over and over and over, and it destroys their peace of who they are. It destroys their peace of mind, and it's just not kind. So, if somebody says something to you, or somebody comments to you, whatever, if somebody gives you a, a snarl remark or whatever, think about it for a minute, and your first initial thing is going to be, oh my God, like, I know for me, when somebody criticizes me, or, I think to myself right away, oh my God, like, I question if that was right, what I did or said, or whatever it may be, whatever the circumstance may be. I question my own self about my own self, and that's what right away I think, I think bad about myself. But you have to just take a breath and think, you know what? For that person to say that to you, number one, you don't know what's going on in their life. They're obviously not happy. They're obviously not happy with themselves. And if they can hurt somebody without even thinking and say something without even thinking, then you can't take anything that they say seriously. So just fluff it off as best as you can. Think logically and say, you know what? It's not about me. It's about them. I'm going to move on from it, and I'm going to go with the positive, and I'm going to have peace about it. Because if you worry about what everybody says to you and how everybody else feels about you, you'll never feel good about yourself, or you'll always question yourself. And nothing is perfect, guys. I wake up every day and I question myself. But you can't let somebody else's behavior destroy your inner peace. And that it's so much, it's very, very easy to say, and I know it's really, really hard, but I'm going to be very vigilant about, I've been working on this for years as well. Years. What's that noise? Oh, I think it's the door. It might be the door. I heard a noise. I'm like, was there a ghost in here or something? You know what I mean? So just try to breathe in and breathe out, and just realize that it's not.
That's why he's barking.
Oh,
It's supposed to get
probably.
windy tonight.
It's windy tonight, yeah. Cooper was barking and stuff. Anyway, just like I always say, don't let anybody dull your shine. Let their negativeness stay with them. You move on and you focus on the positive, and just try to work on it. Work on it because you want to have inner peace. And I know it's not easy, guys, but we all have to work on that each day. Don't let anybody dull your shine. Don't let anybody destroy your inner peace, okay? That's it. That's all I have to say. Yeah. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because when you subscribe, it really helps my channel grow. And I so appreciate it. Hit that notification button with the bell so you guys can be notified every time I upload a new video. Like and share and comment down below. I hope you enjoyed the peace quote today. This is my second one of the 30-day. So moving on, it's going to be more peace quotes. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for coming into my kitchen and my house and my home with me and creating. I love all of you. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.